have you ever asked yourself, how do you improve on perfection? I mean, I haven't, because I'm clearly perfect in every way, but I'm talking about Wario. Well, Wario Land to be precise. I mean, Wario Land 3 was this huge epic adventure. Tons of levels, bosses, secrets, collectibles, and golf. Let's not beat around the bush here. It was almost perfect. But what do you do next? How do you even top that game? I mean, do you just give up and accept that you've already peaked? Well, the answer is, you go in a completely different direction. Forget all that big old open Metroidvania type crap. Wario Land 4 takes things back to basics. It takes what it learnt from the previous games and applies it into a more traditional platformer. But is that even a good thing? I mean, a lot of people say this is Wario's greatest achievement, but a lot of people also think that the Earth is flat, so who cares what they think? The only opinion that matters is mine, obviously. So let's jump in and see what all the fuss is about. So the story, and we have an incredibly stylish intro. It even has lyrics and everything. I'm not entirely sure what we're singing, but whatever it is, I bet it's pretty cool. So it all begins when Wario stumbles upon a tantalizing tidbit in the newspaper. A new treasure discovered in a golden pyramid. He then finds this pyramid, follows this random cat, and falls into a hole. And that's it. There's no characters really, there's no sexy pirate, there's no Mr. Doobie, there's just a cat and a pyramid. And that's okay, because do we really need more motivation from Wario than wanting to be stinking rich? The answer is no. So first up, we only have access to the tutorial stage. You enter the level by hitting this frog switch, which opens up a portal in this painting, and you jump in and start freaking the fuck out. It's like Mario 64 if Mario was on DMT. But as far as tutorials go, it's pretty good. You got some funky music, you've got Mr. Game & Watch telling us what to do, and these guys are basically like Goombas, only slightly less cute. It's good stuff and it does a great job telling you everything you need to know. Not that the game really has that much new. In terms of Wario's abilities, the only major new move really is the dash attack. But hey, as far as moves go, it's pretty substantial. Basically, you can run like an idiot and smash things with your head, only causing minor brain damage too. It's a win-win. I'll go into how the levels are structured later, but for now, it's time for the first boss, Spoiled Rotten. Doesn't seem that spoiled, to be fair. Just has a doll and a kitchen, and that's pretty much it. If anything, it seems the opposite of spoiled. Wait a minute. Are those 2 GameCubes? Not 1. 2. Who even needs 2 GameCubes? I mean, that's just greedy. I take it all back. This grape deserves to die. But it's so sweet looking. I feel kind of bad. Oh wait, never mind. It's actually hideous. Now I can kill this thing completely guilt-free. Because, as we all know, and say it together now, ugly people don't deserve basic rights. Very good, class, very good. So, after beating a boss, another golden pyramid rises up from the middle of the map and we have access to the game's 4 worlds, each with 4 levels and a boss. So yeah, the game basically has 16 levels. Bit of a downgrade from Wario Land 2's 52 levels and Wario Land 3's 25 big open levels. But hey, bigger isn't always better, right? I mean, you wouldn't lie to me about something like that. Anyway, you can actually do the worlds in any order you want, which is pretty neat, but really, I feel like it's best just to go anti-clockwise anyway. I mean, like, come on. Everyone knows the grassy looking world is always first. So, let's check out the Emerald Passage. So, this world is all nature themed. You have sunny beaches, flowery fields, lakes and a jungle. The perfect first world if you ask me. And man, this is just delightful. You got palm trees, you've got the ocean, and you've got a woman singing softly into your ear. I mean, screw the treasure, this is basically paradise. Wario should just stay here. Talking about treasure, it's time to cover the main objective of the levels. See, the goal isn't just about getting to the end, you gotta find these 4 hidden tablets too. There is an element of exploration, but really, they're not that hard to miss. It's not like Wario Land 3 where each treasure has a substantial focus. They're just usually a little bit off the beaten path. More like, say, the star coins in New Super Mario Bros. There's also this key geezer you've got to find. What's his name again? Oh yeah, keys. That makes sense. And if you don't get this guy, you can't unlock the door to the next level. So, you know, it's pretty important. And finally, each level has a hidden CD to find, which is usually the hardest thing to get, but these are completely optional. And when you do get to the end of the level, you'll find this frog switch. Hit it, and the timer appears, and you've got to leg it all the way back to the start of the level before the time runs out. Quick! And that's basically how every level plays out. Get the 4 treasures, find the key, hit the frog switch, and leg it to the start. It's pretty fun stuff. The game also brings back the transformations from the prior games, although there's not a single new one, which is pretty disappointing. Still, is it really a Wario Land game if you can't see Wario have a near-death allergic reaction? I don't think so. I won't go into too much detail about these because we're 4 games in. I mean, you kinda get the gist, but you got the Fat Wario, the Flat Wario, the Bat Wario, and the other non-rhyming Wario's what no one cares about. They've been streamlined a bit since the last game too. They're much quicker, there's less time wasting, and there's more control options too, which makes them less annoying and more beneficial to use, which is nice. For first world, there's quite a lot of variety though. The second level has you climbing up this giant flower, the third one has you swimming through the depths of this lake. Just watch out for the glowing red eyes, and if you get too close, scary fish jump scare. Seriously, between this and the Mario 64 eels, I'm starting to think someone at Nintendo has a phobia of fish. Something else the game does to spice things up is to completely change the level on the way back to the start. Here for instance, you hit the switch, causing these blocks to appear, which takes you down a completely different path deep into the jungle. So now you're in completely unfamiliar territory, and the chances are you're still needing a few treasures. So it can get quite intense. Although, to be fair, the time limit is really forgiving. You could probably go for a quick shit and come back and have a few minutes to spare. I gotta say though, this game really is quite beautiful. And not just because Wario's in it. I mean seriously though, just take a moment to soak in how great this game looks. The rain pitter-patter on the water, the detail of the little gators, I mean just everything. Mixed in with the amazing soundtrack, and it's quite an engrossing experience. It just feels like a real living world. So let's completely undo all that by going into one of these purple pipes. See, scattered across every level are these purple pipes, which take you to a completely out of place and frankly bizarre area. Seriously, where the heck am I? And does that scientist have a ball sack on his head? So many questions and so little time. But well, these are basically small self-contained challenge rooms, a bit like the shrines in Zelda I suppose. It's usually involving a platform or puzzle challenge. Although to be fair, most of the time it just involves throwing ball sack man into things. Here it is screams of pain, it just never seems to get old. But other times you might be rolling around, setting yourself on fire, doing a memory puzzle, or even throwing the ball sack man again. The variety is almost endless. And doing these challenges gets you a big old gem worth 1,000 coins. Cause everyone likes coins, right? But well, what are the point of coins? Well honestly, not much. Get 10,000 coins on a level and you'll get this little gold crown. But the main thing is spending them on these mini games. I mean, what's a Wario game without some mini games no one asked for? And this time we have a choice of 3. First up, we got Wario's Hop. It's a rhythm game where you've got to jump over things in time with the music. You're jumping over ball sack man, rocks, donkeys, cactuses, and fellas, that is the sexiest cactus I've ever seen in my life. I might need a minute here. Just hold up. Just give me a minute, please. There we go. Oh, okay, let's continue. Then we have this baseball game. It's slow, it's tedious, it's annoying, and I don't like it. It seems like you're supposed to hold your Game Boy sideways, but if you think I'm doing that, you got another thing coming. And finally, Wario's Roulette. A game where you need to match the silly faces. A game so fun that Wario's aged 50 years already. Again, there's some funny faces, but I'm not really a fan. It's like one of those mini games you'd see in a crappy licensed game like NSYNC Get to the Show. Outside of a Wario game, I don't really rate any of these too highly to be honest. But what's even the point of them? Well, the more points you get, the more frog coins you get. It's a slow, tedious and grindy process, but maybe the reward will be worth it. Well, kinda. So, you go to the shop, Mr. Game & Watches here, it gives you a smile for free, and then you buy a dragon. You go to the boss, and instead of actually fighting it, the dragon shows up and basically kills the boss in one hit. These items make the bosses feel kind of redundant, but none of this is really necessary as you can just fight the bosses without the items, so there's no point complaining about it since it's all optional anyway. I just don't know why anyone would bother grind away at these crappy minigames rather than just fight the boss. Having said that, this is probably the worst boss in the game. They messed up that hitbox big time. You're supposed to ground pound his head, right? I mean, it sounds simple, but no, because half the freaking time, you just fall through it and take damage. What the hell? Turns out you've got hit the left side of his face. Why? I mean, where's the logic in that? Once you figure that out, the boss is a complete joke. But before then, it's some old bullshit. So yeah, cool design, cool idea, not the best boss. Alright, so we kill the boss, get some treasure, and we're on to the next world, the Ruby Passage. Now, this one's all about machines and gears, hence the gear symbol. First up, the Curious Factory. I mean, I suppose it is pretty curious having a factory inside of an ancient pyramid. Anyway, in this level, they bring back a flattened Wario. Thankfully, they don't drag it out like in the last game with that massive pit level. Nope. It's kept relatively simple. I mean, that's the beauty of this game. There's no beating around the bush. It gets straight to the point. Nothing overstays its welcome. One level, you're dealing with bees. The next, you're flattened. But that's about it. The bees barely show up again. And getting squashed only happens here. They just toss these abilities at you, let you have a few moments of fun, and then just keep moving on. It's a fresh experience, no doubt. Just like today's sponsor, Hello Fresh. That's right. It's time to put on my little chef outfit again, because we're cooking tonight. See, HelloFresh takes the hassle out of your dinner by delivering pre-portioned ingredients and recipes right to your door. You don't need to waste your time lining up in stores like a chump. HelloFresh has you covered. I mean, look, even if you're rubbish at cooking, you don't gotta stress. These recipes are foolproof and easy to prepare in just a few steps. I mean, even I could do it, and I've got no hands. And it doesn't even have to stop at dinner. They've got you covered for every mealtime occasion. Snacks, lunches, heck, even seasonal celebrations. Bro, seriously, you never have to worry about food again. You can check out the website too and see upcoming dishes and even customize your plan to better match your lifestyle. See if anything catches your fancy. I love me some mushroom French tip sandwiches, I'm not gonna lie. So, to get a special discount and support the channel, click the link below or scan the QR code or go to hellofresh.com and use the code POGHF112901. Much thanks to HelloFresh, and now back to Wario. And well, we find ourselves in Toxic Landfill. An endless pile of junk. I mean, it's just trash as far as the eye can see. This level's like a glimpse into the future, I'm telling you. We've only got one planet, people. And to make matters worse, they throw you into some disease-ridden water. I mean, bro, can you imagine what's in there? I mean, it's not just piss. It's not just shit. No. It's an unholy combination of both. Shish. I don't know, man. For things Wario will do for treasure, I mean, this is definitely a low point. Then we're on to Frozen Factory, which is a frozen factory. I see what we did there. I gotta say, how many games have a factory stage as the snow level? This is seriously the only game I can think of. And this level is all about rolling around as a snowball. It's much more puzzle focused than the prior levels, and some rooms have puzzles that loop around and all sorts. It can get your old noggin working. It doesn't help that there's all these Yetis trying to freeze you too. Wait a minute, Yeti. That reminds me of a good video you might want to check out, actually. Anyway, we're on to the next stage. And what do we get? A pinball stage. Okay, that's pretty cool. Shame it's not Waluigi pinball. That would have been amazing. But no, it's mostly just a generic table. And honestly, given the premise for the stage, it's kind of boring. The music is slow and plodding, and it does nothing to capture that pinball vibe. I mean, what a waste. The entire level is just about throwing these balls into these little square things, and that's about it. The background's are nice though. You got lots of exciting fonts, dragons, pineapples, Yetis. But yeah, none of that changes the fact it's not particularly fun. The level does pick up a bit once you need to escape, so suddenly the otherwise pretty boring ball challenges are now a race against the clock. I still don't love this level, but at least it sort of comes together at the end. Talking about racing against the clock, we're on to the next boss, and it's a clock. So You're supposed to run underneath it, it tries to grab you, and bam blammo, smack it right back into its face. That'll teach you to tell the time. And after a few hits, the clock falls apart, revealing a bird inside a used condom. I think I liked it better when it was just a clock. Still, it's a great boss, disgusting bird aside. Onto the Topaz Passage, and then a bit of tonal whiplash. These levels are all colourful and toy-based. Well, it beats swimming through shiz, I guess. But seriously, what is up with this level? It's all cutesy and jolly on the outside, but look a bit deeper, and it's kinda creepy. These cat blocks are giving me the side eye, and these weird pig heads on the wall. It's totally not normal. And the worst part, those little Warios driving around in the toy cars. Like, bro, who even made these things? Why are they in the ancient pyramids? It's creepy. I just hope Wario's getting paid royalties. The next level keeps up the toy theme too. You know, I'm pretty sure I had that exact tree as a kid. This level sort of gives off the same vibe as those mats everyone had as a kid. You know the ones. Well, maybe not, maybe it's just me. The level also brings in a unique gimmick. See, throughout the entire level is this board at the bottom. Hit the numbers on these counters and you'll move up the board, causing various effects to happen. But hold on a minute, hold on. You can't just go all willy-nilly. No. You need to land on a specific space to get the desired outcomes. Precision is the name of the game here. And if your timing isn't on point, well, you're probably gonna hate this level. Then we're on to Doodle Woods and... great. This giant pig decides to become my personal stalker for the entire level. Seriously, I'm so sick of pigs bothering me. Look, I already told you, I don't know how that body got in my fridge, okay? Sheesh, just back off already. It just follows you around like a fucking lingering fart, just constantly drawing these enemies. And guess what? It's one of those artists who just keep drawing the same damn thing over and over. Listen, pal, no one cares about your bloody original character, okay? So, how about you draw something else for a change, alright? And once you hit that frog switch, oh, hell breaks loose. These doodles just start coming alive. It's like something out of a bleeding horror movie. Why is this world so scary? It's not just me, right? Okay, maybe it probably is just me actually. I should probably get that checked out. And we're on to the final level of the world, a Domino Row. You remember dominoes, right? That riveting game that's so mind-numbingly boring that people would rather knock them over than play the actual thing. And this level is no different. See, you've got to knock them over and reach the switch before they do. If you're too slow, well, tough titty. It'll block off an alternative path. And no one wants that, do they? I mean, look, I've got to be honest, it's pretty impressive how every single level in this place comes with a completely unique gimmick. The devs really went all out on that front. I mean, there's no denying it. The board game, the pig, the dominoes, no two levels are the same. Oh, and here comes the boss. And picture this. It's a mouse, of all things, riding a giant inflatable teddy bear. I just didn't see that one coming. I had a similar inflatable thing once, but it wasn't shaped like a teddy bear, let me tell you. It's another great boss though, with a clever weak point. See, you grab this spike, throw it into its ass, causing it to deflate, then you charge into its feet, flipping it over, allowing you to smack the true enemy. Another great boss, and not a used condom in sight. And just like that, we find ourselves in the Sapphire Passage. Brace yourself, because this place is all about horror. So, if you're afraid of zombies and skeletons, well, you're in trouble. I can't be held responsible for any trauma you might experience. Talking about trauma, what's this bloody pirate ghost haunting me throughout the level? This is a bit annoying, but don't expect him to actually do much though. He's more of a low-level thief, basically swiping loose coins and keys. A minor inconvenience at best, but I mean, better than having him try to kill me, right? Next level hustles in the Arabian Nights. But honestly, there's nothing really particularly spooky about that, is there? So I guess we decided to compensate by plastering bats all over the place. I mean, come on, riding a magic carpet with Wario on a moonlit night sounds like heaven to me, not horror. So, you know how I said this game introduces mechanics and then drops them? Well, you have this room here where travelling through these pipes changes all the enemies, and it's needed to solve this puzzle. Like, they could build an entire level around this mechanic, but nope, it's just a single room. I can't decide if that's a good or bad thing, but sometimes I feel like we could have fleshed these ideas out more. Anyway, next level is in a volcano. Again, not overly scary. I mean, scary in the sense you might burn to death, but not scary in the sense a spooky ghost. What's neat about this level is, upon hitting the frog switch, the entire thing freezes over, completely changing the level. These fellas go from rock-chucking macho men to the vastly superior Yeti, and the lava streams freeze into platforms, and you've even got icicles. And you know how much I love icicles. And on to the last stage of the world, Hotel Horror. I guess Hotel Hell was already copyrighted. But hey, it's an interesting level because, let's be real, it's probably the least linear one in the whole game. They even went so far as to put maps on the walls. I mean, it's a much more open level than anything before. Almost reminiscent of Wario Land 3, if Wario Land 3 had axe-wielding maniacs. So yeah, it's a change of pace where you need to pay attention to where you've been and where you're going. Heck, if you really pay attention, you can get back to the start of a level in a few seconds. And now, the fourth boss, Cat Bat. Not to be mistaken with the Cat Bat from the massively successful and popular game Crash Team Rumble. Hot Cat Bat, ugly Cat Bat. See the difference? And you know the law about ugly people, don't you? So, I'm sorry Cat Bat, but you've got to die. Seriously though, they did a really good job making these bosses as repulsive as possible. You know, it really makes me feel better about my own face seeing some of these bosses. And well, here we are. The climax of the game, the central pyramid rises up, and behold, the final world reveals itself. Oh wait, did I say world? My bad, it's actually just one single level. But still, that means it must be a pretty good level, right? So the level starts, and we immediately land on the frog switch, starting the timer. Oh shit, man, let's get a jog on. I must admit though, it's a fantastic final level. They've managed to pack everything from the game into this one epic final challenge. All of Wario's abilities are given their time to shine, and his moveset is fully put to the test. All of this whilst you're under the constant threat of that ticking time bomb. It's like the ultimate test of your skills. Or at least, that's what we want you to believe, because it's not that hard. I mean, I finished it with 4 minutes left. Still, it's a really good level. But now, it's time for the final boss. And, well, it ain't no Rudy the Clown, I'll say that much. I'm not sure what it is really, since it's covering its face. So I guess we've got to destroy that fan to reveal the true form, right? So we do that, but then it has a mask. Alright, I destroy that. And another mask. And another mask. And another mask. Oh, fuck me, this person must have some self-esteem issues. Who's under there anyway? Dream? Oh, wait a minute. Well, what a shocker. It's just a really ugly person. Seems to be a recurring theme in this game. Tell you what, just put the mask back on. Oh, that's a good lass. So, she starts smashing the stage up. You ram into her face till it explodes into a pair of lips. Oh, a huge improvement if you ask me. And then, with a final blow, we take ass kissing to the next level. Oh, blammo. She's dead. And that's it. We get all the treasures, the pyramid starts collapsing, and we leg it out for one last time. But wait, what's this? The cat's transforming into a princess? Meow. She gives Wario a big old kiss on the cheek and he's loving it. But just like most women, she don't stick around long. Flies off to heaven or something. I mean, oldest excuse in the book. And there's actually 4 different endings depending on how many treasures you get. See, each boss has up to 3 treasures to get, and the faster you beat them, the more treasures you get to keep. You got the best ending, the almost perfect ending, the ending where Wario finds his soulmate, and the ending where Chris Hansen visits Wario, but the less about that one the better. Wario then drives home, and the game is over. Or is it? Because, let's be honest, this game was really, really short. Short and sweet, you might say, but it's still kind of disappointing how short it is. So luckily, the developers went a bit nuts with the replay value. First up, we've got hard mode. I'd argue this is the best way to play the game. It just has a bigger focus on the positive aspects of the game. First up, the treasures are in new locations. They're much harder to find this time, and some of them require a lot more exploration and experimentation. They're often in areas you may have completely completely missed for first time. Secondly, you got way more enemies. Heck, some levels have completely new enemies not even seen in normal mode. It actually makes a pretty big difference on some levels, making an otherwise pretty chill area into a difficult platforming challenge. See, there's a lot of areas that seem sort of incomplete in normal mode, which suddenly come to life in hard mode. Like, these empty holes in the lake level are now filled with those ugly fish, and the pinball level is way less boring because it's all these spiky balls and electric being shot at you. And that ghost pirate is now absolutely determined to piss you off. You know, just stuff like that. And finally, the frog timer is a lot shorter now, so you actually have to rush to the end a bit more. It adds that level of intensity which you might be looking for. Granted, it's still pretty forgiving. I mean, you could probably go for a quick piss and still be okay, but a shit is now off the table. I think if you're playing this game for the first time and you're familiar with platform games, just start on hard mode, it's a lot better. And completing hard mode gets you a slightly different ending too. Wario has a truck. Everyone remembers Wario's iconic truck, right? Right? No? Moving on. And if you get all the boss treasures on hard mode, you unlock super hard mode, which I bet a lot of people didn't even know existed. And oh boy, this mode is pretty nuts. First up, you start off with 1 heart, so you'll find yourself dying a lot more. Seriously, you'll die more in one level than the other 2 modes combined. Secondly, there's a crap ton of enemies. It's like someone just figured out how to copy and paste for the first time and went absolutely nuts. They are relentless at times, and some of them are in right bullshit locations too. I mean, you cheeky bastards. And perhaps the biggest change is the fact the frog switch are in completely different locations. It completely changes for levels. Heck, even the tutorial level becomes a challenge. Sometimes the switch will immediately be at the start of a level too, so you've got to rush the entire thing. Keys are in different locations too. I mean, this mode really completely changes things up. It's honestly quite fantastic. It's like a ROM hack or something. I mean, it's definitely worth playing. The only complaint I have is that the time limits on the bosses are stupid. Like, some of them are literally impossible to beat fast enough without using items. So the only choice is to play those crappy minigames. But then, right, the prices in the item shop are way higher too. So there's no way around it. If you want the best ending, you're gonna have to be grinding these crappy minigames. And that just sucks, man. That just sucks. And when you complete this mode, you get to see Wario in his incredibly well-known and much-loved hover car. Totally worth the effort. So that's it. We've got everything. Every mode completed. We got all the golden crowns, all the CDs. So the only thing left to do, really, and I've been ignoring it till now, is to check out the music room. So, you know all those CDs we've collected in the levels? Well, this is where you listen to them. And we've got such classics as About That Shepherd, and The Judge's Feet, all whilst accompanied with some, frankly, bizarre fucking images. Now, 1 or 2 weird tracks might be okay, but literally every single one is fucking weird. It feels like you're having a mental health crisis and you're just losing your mind. And I'm not even being hyperbolic. Just listen to this shit. But that's not all, because there's one final unlockable for getting a high score in every level. The karaoke mode. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Ukulele Machina. Chapiwo. Shio. Avijay Iko. Tukino. Kakaro. Hirona Ikawa. Okay, I promise to never do that again. And that's Wario Land 4. So, what do I think of it? I've been all over the place with this video, I admit, but okay, here we go. Initially, I was disappointed this game didn't follow the path of Wario Land 2 and 3, but the more I played it, the more I started to appreciate the fact that it was doing its own thing. It wasn't content with just doing more of the same, so it changed it up, ending up with a game where every single level is incredibly memorable and unique. Seriously, there weren't many games at the time with such variety. There's literally never a dull moment, apart from the minigames. Great bosses, great levels, tons of replay value. It's just an incredibly polished and well-made game. I just wish there was a bit more. I played this game for all it's worth, doing everything there is to do, every difficulty setting, and really I'd probably swap all that just for a few more levels. Still, it's a classic, and if you're into short, concise platforming, it's perfect for you. I still prefer Wario Land 3 though. Now then, if you don't mind, I've got some CDs to listen to. Oh yeah, this is a real banger. Oh yeah. I wonder if they sell this on vinyl. And the patron of the week is So Super Crazy. See, that's what happens when you spend too much time in the music room in this game. You end up super crazy like this person. Another innocent victim. When will it end?